name is Natasha DeCosta and I have an organization called Dirt. In order to make a home composter, you need a big pot. So this is a 14-inch pot. The vertical length should be at least around more than 12 inches. Okay. Into this now, we require to do a little bit of work. So we need a reservoir. This is going to act like a reservoir. This could be any recycled tub. And we would require a pet jar as well for odourless composting to happen. There are three things you need to take care of. One is moisture, the second is air, and the third is the microorganism. As long as these three are kept happy, your composting will happen within 20 to 25 days. And odourless, yes. When I say odourless, I also mean you can actually add veg and non-veg food. Almost everything that you have in your kitchen can be added to this. Now these composters which we are making is for a family of 4. Believe it or not, it would take you about a month or so to fill up this jar. Why? Because 90% of all your food is air and water. So let's get cracking. So I've just put in a screw over here so that the jar sits properly and does not move around much, and you just tighten it from inside. Once it's tightened, we'll put it inside this. Now the pipe that you saw and that you can see coming out over here is very important because it ensures that air goes inside the compost and also ensures that if there's excess water inside your reservoir, then the excess water needs to come out. You don't want the roots of your plant to get choked up, right? And the third most important thing is it will also give air to the roots of your plant. The plants that we grow over here, they will grow well for two reasons. One is, of course, their roots are getting aerated, and the second thing is they're getting the compost tea, that is the liquid that comes out from our food. That's what we term as compost tea. So they will be fed the rich compost tea, and of course the ecosystem in the spot, that would be the earthworms and the other microorganisms that are there in this pot, and the other worms that come in the pot are going to help to mix the contents up. One very important thing you need to do is, after every time you put your food in, you need to stir the contents, because your microorganisms need air. As long as they get air, there will be no stink at all. Now going further, we need to add soil inside this. So I have with me 5 kgs of potting soil. So this potting soil is special by way of, it has a mixture of cocoa peat, soil, red soil and compost. We would like you to connect with your plants and with your composter. So we put in 4 edible plants which are very easy to maintain. So we're starting with pudina. This is ajwain. Ajwain is also called the Indian oregano, and it's also good for stomach aches. So the idea is to start connecting with your composter and through your plants. That way we ensure that you take care of your composter, you get healthier plants, and the rest of your plants are also nice and healthy. This is also basil. And basil over here. We'll just give them enough of space. And there you are, your home composter is ready. So as I promised, in this composter you can put in all your veg and your non-veg. So I've got in over here some peels actually which we had. The other important thing is particle size. So smaller the particle size, faster is the composting process. So while you can add your orange as big as this, it would just take longer. If it's smaller pieces, it will happen faster. Of course, we don't want any smell. So we are going to be adding some dry waste as well. 3 dry waste that you can add. One would be, of course, dried leaf. You can also add shredded paper. Okay. And sawdust. So you just need to add a little bit of sawdust. Now the proportion would be basically, so if you've added a lot of curd, or if you've added a lot of dal, or a lot of anything which has a lot of water in it, then I would tell you to put a little bit more than 50% of the ratio of dry waste to it. However, if you put in a lot of onion peels and things like that, or garlic peels and dry stuff, then the amount of dry waste that you add inside can be at least even 30% ratio. You need a stick to just stir the contents up, because every time, in fact I would tell you, every time you put food inside, stir the contents. This would work for a family of 4, but yes, you would require 2 of this, because when one gets totally full, you need to move to the second one. and you start filling up the second one. By the time the second composter is full, your first composter would have compost ready for use. You can take out the contents and maybe dry it up for a couple of days and then use it in all your plants. Ideally, I would say just a teaspoon of compost for every plant if it's about this size, and every 15 days. And there you are, you have your own home composter. Another thing to check that it's working would be is you need to put water in, over-water it for the first time and just check that water comes out from here, okay? That's important. That would ensure that whatever you've done is exactly how we've shown it to you today.